Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let's say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and don't forget salam and salawat to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, because he brought us from Jahiliyah era to Islamic era or minazulumati ila nur. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Nurul Hidayati. I'm college student from University Muhammadiyah Pesisir Darapang with major English Department semester 3. Okay, now I wanna explain about introduction to linguistics. Okay, the first is jangan pas begitu, babe masih lentur begininya baru 6 bulan. The first is the meaning of language. Language is a system of conventional spoken or written symbols by means of which human beings, as members of a social group and participants in culture, communicate. Okay, the next language is expression of ideas by means of speech sounds combined into words. Words are combined into sentence. This combination and swearing to that of ideas into talk. Okay, the next is linguistic. Linguistic is the scientific study of language that answers the question, what is language, how is it represented in the mind? Linguistic, a social science that shares common ground with the social science such as psychology, anthropology, sociology, and archaeology, may also influence other disciplines such as English, communication studies, computer science. The next is history of linguistics. Comes from the Latin word lingua, which means language. Ferdinand de Saussure, the father of modern linguistics, in his book, Cause the Linguistic General, proposed the terms language, language and parole. Language is language in general. Language is a particular language, and parole the language of an individual. The next is linguistic knowledge versus performance. Linguistic studies what people know when they know a language. Most of the time we learn that people know by what they do. But sometimes what people actually do does not reliably indicate what they know. Someone with a laryngitis still know their language, they just have a medical physiological problem performing doing speech. Many external factors can affect performance. Linguistic abstract away from such as complicating factors to study the true system of knowledge. But we must use what people do to discover and test our theories about what people know about language. Much linguistic knowledge is implicit, that is, people are not conscious of what they know. Okay, the next is linguist. Linguist is someone who aims at studying linguistics, focused on describing and explaining language, not concerned with the past perspective rules of the language. Is not an interpreter, not required to know many languages. Goal is to discover the universal concerning language. The file of linguistics. The first is synchronic versus diachronic linguistics. The second, theoretical versus applied linguistics. And the last is microlinguistic versus macrolinguistic. The next is discipline within linguistics. The first is phonetic, the second is phonology, the third is morphology, the fourth is syntax, the fifth is semantic, and the last is language acquisition. The first is phonetic. Phonetic, the study of the production and perception speech sounds. Is concerned with the sounds of language, how the sound articulate and how the behavior perceives them. Is related to the science of acoustic is that it uses much the same techniques in the analysis of sound that acoustics does. The next is phonology. Phonology is the study of the sound patterns of language. Is concerned with how sounds are organized in a language. Examines what occurs to speech sound when they are combined to form a word and how these speech sounds interact with each other. And the first to explain what this phonological process are in the terms of formal rules. The next is morphology. Morphology is the study of word formation and structure. Study how words are put together from their